So, you've heard all the rave about intermittent fasting and how effective it is for weight loss, but don't know where to begin. With all the different forms of fasting out there, it can also be difficult to determine which is best for you. The easiest forms of intermittent fasting available are the time-restricted plans, and for these methods, the 16-8 and 20-4 protocols are some of the most commonly practiced. These forms of intermittent fasting feature lots of benefits. However, they also come with their drawbacks. Therefore, choosing one that will be best for you will highly depend on your preference. In this video, we'll be diving into the 16-8 versus 20-4 intermittent fasting plans. Which is better, along with its pros and cons, and by the end, you'll have a better understanding and can decide with confidence which method is the fastest for burning off your belly fat. 16-8 is an effortless and relatively easy form of intermittent fasting that is ideal for newbies. This time-restricted plan features 16 hours of fasting and 8 hours eating window. This form of intermittent fasting was made popular by Martin Berkhan in his book, The Lean Gains Method. Practicing this form of fasting is pretty straightforward as it allows you to choose your 8 hours eating period and the 16 hours of the fasting period. This pattern will continue until you meet your desired goal or even incorporate it into your lifestyle. The 8-hour eating period is the essential time in this form of intermittent fasting. This is because the 8-hour window gives you a significantly wide eating period, unlike most forms of time-restricted fasting. When practicing 16-8 intermittent fasting, you are free to drink coffee, water, and other zero-calorie drinks during the fasting period, which will help in reducing hunger pains. However, it is highly advisable to avoid junk food and excess calories for better results. A 2016 research reports that individuals who practiced a 16-8 intermittent fasting plan for 8 weeks, along with resistance training, had a significant reduction in fat mass. Furthermore, the participants were able to maintain their muscles throughout the 8 weeks. When it comes to intermittent fasting, the 20-4 fasting method, also referred to as the warrior diet or OMAD, 1 meal a day, is by far the most strict. Ori Hofmeckler designed the warrior diet in 2001 and was an Israeli Special Forces officer who later on turned into a health and fitness writer. According to him, the 20-4 diet was designed based on scientific research rather than his experience as a military officer. The 20-4, or the warrior diet, is an intermittent fasting eating pattern that restricts eating to a 4-hour window. This means that when practicing 20-4 intermittent fasting, you will be fasting for 20 hours a day and have a 4-hour eating window only. The creator designed a 3-week, 3-phase plan that is essential for giving the body time to adjust to the warrior diet. As a result, your body will improve its ability to use fat as a source of energy, making it relatively easy to attain your weight loss goal. When practicing the 20-4 time-restricted plan, you will only be allowed to consume non-caloric beverages. Although it sounds tough, you are permitted to account for sleeping time as a fasting period as well. Just like the 16-8 intermittent fasting pattern, you should avoid junk foods along with calorie-dense meals. A study involving 10 individuals with type 2 diabetes showed that fasting for 18 to 20 hours per day helps in reducing the excess weight significantly. In the process, it helps improve both post-meal and fasting blood sugar control. Nonetheless, a different study showed that fasting for an extended period increased the chances of developing hypoglycemia, or low blood sugar. However, lowering your blood sugar levels through a safe method is considered beneficial. Now that you have understood what 16-8 and 20-4 intermittent fasting plans are, let's go through some of the 16-8 pros and cons first. Number 1. Easier to reach caloric deficit. The 16-8 plan helps in reducing calorie intake significantly. As a result, it creates a calorie deficit that increases weight loss as well as enhances metabolism. Number 2. Improves blood sugar levels. The 16-8 form of intermittent fasting has been reported to help in reducing insulin levels during fasting by approximately 31%. In addition, it lowers blood sugar levels by around 3 to 6%, making it an ideal dietary practice for reducing your risk of developing diabetes. Number 3. Boosts longevity. Everybody wants to live a long and healthy life. With 16-8 intermittent fasting diet plan, you will achieve it with the utmost ease. Although there is limited evidence in humans, some studies on animals have shown that intermittent fasting helps enhance longevity. Number 4. Easy to follow. Compared to other forms of intermittent fasting, the 16-8 intermittent fasting practice is by far the easiest to incorporate in your everyday life. Due to this form of intermittent fasting has grown in popularity among fasting enthusiasts. Although 16-8 forms of intermittent fasting feature an array of benefits, there are 2 particular cons to be aware of. Number 1 is overeating. Restricting food intake to 8 hours per day might result in overconsumption during the eating period among some individuals. This kind of practice can lead to digestion problems, weight gain, and even some form of unhealthy eating conduct. Number 2 is hunger. As a newbie, you should expect to face some short-term negative effects such as hunger, fatigue, weakness, headache, and constipation. Now, what are the pros for the 20-4 method? Just like the 16-8, there are 4 of them to go over. Number 1 is faster weight loss. A study carried out in 2009 reported that individuals who practiced 20-4 intermittent fasting lost more weight compared to those eating throughout the day. This form of fasting makes it easy to shed excess weight due to reduced calorie intake. Number 2, it improves general well-being. In addition to weight loss, 20-4 form of intermittent fasting is said to help improve an individual's overall well-being. A 2017 study showed that individuals who practiced 20-4 forms of intermittent fasting could reduce the effect of Alzheimer's disease. It has been reported that this type of fasting aids in protecting one against Alzheimer's disease by restoring aquaporin 4 polarity. Number 3. It reduces inflammation. The Warrior Diet intermittent fasting plan has been associated with a reduction in severe inflammation. This is vital since acute inflammation can cause health conditions such as cancers, heart diseases, bowel disorders, and diabetes, to mention a few. Number 4 is enhanced blood sugar controls. Intermittent fasting is known to aid in improving blood sugar levels, and the 20-4 time-restricted plan is no different. Therefore, practicing this form of fasting more often will help improve your blood sugar control and protect you against diabetes. Since this method has a longer period of fasting, there is one particular downside of this eating plan to know about. You're prone to hypoglycemia. The prolonged period of fasting with the 20-4 method is associated with reduced blood sugar levels. Although reducing your blood sugar levels using a safe method tends to be beneficial, hypoglycemia is dangerous and can cause severe complications. Due to this, it is highly advisable to consult with your doctor before starting this fasting method, especially if you have diabetes. Although 16-8 and 20-4 forms of intermittent fasting differ significantly, they also feature some similarities. Each plan is simple to follow. Usually, 16-8 is considered the easiest form of intermittent fasting since it is easy for newbies to try out. However, this does not mean that 20-4 is hard. Although the fasting period for 20-4 intermittent fasting tends to be long, the whole process is pretty much straightforward since it does not feature any food restriction, allowing you to fast with the utmost ease. Each plan provides similar benefits. When it comes to benefits, the 2 forms of intermittent fasting feature various similar health benefits, including improved blood sugar level and enhanced weight loss, just to name a few. When practicing either of the 2 forms of intermittent fasting, you are guaranteed to improve your overall well-being, boost immunity, and enhance your longevity. Therefore, as a newbie, you should consider starting with the 16-8 form of intermittent fasting, since it features relatively short fasting periods, and you will be able to enjoy similar health benefits as someone practicing the 20-4 intermittent fasting. Each plan can cause similar side effects. Just like benefits, both 20-4 and 16-8 intermittent fasting plans feature similar side effects. When starting either form of intermittent fasting for the first time, you should expect to face severe side effects such as fatigue, headache, constipation, hunger, and weakness. Although this side effect might make the fasting period for newbies challenging, they tend to reduce significantly as time progresses. Nonetheless, the two forms of intermittent fasting are associated with reduced blood sugar levels, and as a result, they might not be an ideal practice for individuals with diabetes. It is highly advisable to consult with your doctor before practicing any of the two forms of intermittent fasting as a diabetic patient. Generally, the 16-8 intermittent fasting pattern is said to be the easiest and most popular form of intermittent fasting. This is because the 16-8 intermittent fasting diet restricts one to an 8-hour eating window. This is significantly short compared to the 20-4 intermittent fasting plan. In addition to that, you can easily map your eating window time that coincides with your social activities as well as work when practicing the 16-8 intermittent fasting. However, if you are planning on practicing the 20-4 intermittent fasting method, it is highly recommended that you adhere to the 3-week, 3-phase plan designed by Ori Hofmeckler. By adhering to the plans and phases designed by the creator of this fasting plan, you will be able to incorporate it into your everyday life with the utmost ease. By following this plan, your body will improve its ability to use fat as a source of energy. So there you have it. Which form of intermittent fasting will you be going with and why? Share with us your choice in the comments section below. If you enjoyed today's video, check out this related video to see more. Until next time!